Welcome to the day in a garden, finally. It's been a long time coming, and I've been waiting for a long time. My hair's all in a mess because I'm doing battle with this lilac tree here behind me. I'm on the south side of our property, which in the past has gotten very little attention. But I've made it my mission this year to do more work here. This is more undeveloped than the north side, which is very developed. And I'm just going to straighten you out because you're crooked. There you go. How's that? Anyway, I have an old lilac tree here. This was here when we moved. And we've cut it once in the 10 years, and we didn't do a very good job. But it is blooming less and less, so I decided to take it down by a third, and I think I'm going a little more than a third. I think I'm actually going about a half. I've cut a lot of the big old dead stalks out of it, so I'm just going to take all that top part off and then trim it up, and then I'm done. But it is a job and a half. So if you want to watch me do this, I'll leave the camera rolling. All right, just got to take that rest of that top off, and then I can trim off some more of the other sides. It's hard work for a short person, but it's getting there. There's still lots I can take from the inside, but I'm going to do it once I get it brought down. I have a lot of wood here. I'm going to be putting this through my little chopper, so then I can use this for mulch. Oh. All right, I'm getting there. Well, I think I've done all the damage I can do to that tree. I took it down quite a bit. Maybe even a little bit too much, but I'm sure it'll be fine. This is what I took out of it. A lot of it was really old stuff. Oh, there's a pesky fly here. Yeah, this is what I took out of it. I started cleaning a little bit behind here. This is a Saskatoon tree, and it also had gone left untouched. So I chopped it right down a year ago, and it's starting to come back. It was actually dead, I think, almost dead. So now this corner is looking a little bit better. Gary's going to be trimming the hedge down. Not too much. We want our privacy still, but this hedge is really old, and I think it's dying a slow death, but whatever. So I have a lot to clean up now. There we go. All cleaned up. There's a big hole behind the, right in the middle there. And so when I'm raking leaves and little sticks, I'm piling it in there because that'll make soil eventually when it breaks down. I don't know why there's a hole there, but there is. It's big. So I'm happy with that. That was a good morning's work. I have a little bit more to take to the back, and then I'm not going to start doing my shredding until tomorrow. That's going to take a full day to shred all this, and I'll show you the pile in a minute. But first I wanted to show you over here. Before we got the snow and the really cold weather, I had started digging here. This was just all full of quack like that. The whole thing was just covered. And I still have this here to clean. But when we first moved in here, this whole corner was hollyhocks. And over the past 10 years, there's a pesky fly again, 2 of them. I have tried to get the hollyhocks out of here. But as you can see, they want to be here. There's a whole bunch just coming again. No matter what I do, they come back. I'm going to finish cleaning this bed, and I'm just going to let the hollyhocks do their thing. Oh, these flies are irritating. So I got a bit here to clean. Sorry about my shadow. A bit here to clean, and then a little bit over here. I do have a clematis here. I don't know if it's alive or not, but I will work at it and see if it is. The thing I wanted to do today was flip this arch over. It's really leaning. It needs to come out of there, and I have to dig some nice big holes and re-sink it. The winds have really flipped it around a lot over the winter, and yeah, it needs to be stabilized better than it is. I'm also going to take the batteries. There's lights on there, and they're very, very dim. So I'm going to take the batteries out and get some new batteries for the solar unit, because this is really nice. It twinkles like crazy in the summer. I put morning glories on this. I'm also going to put some sweet peas, and I might put squash if I can get it stabilized. Right now it is not stabilized, so that might be another task for another day. It's actually very warm here right now, too warm for me. I'm going to go over to the other side where Gary is already starting to do some hedge trimming. Let's go see how he's doing. This was going to be my secret garden back here, but then I broke my shoulder and it never got done. I don't know if I'm going to do that much more, but we'll see. I have a lot of work to do besides the secret garden. So here is all the trimming of the lilac bush. There's a lot here. So this is what I'm going to work on tomorrow. I'm going to get my little chopper out, and I'm going to mulch this all down, and it'll be great to spread all over the garden. So he's working on the hedge. I think I might do a little bit of raking back here. I'll start at the very back. I'd like to rake over where the rhubarb is. Let's have a look at the rhubarb. Lots of little birds chirping. Oh. Yeah, we have to get this hedge trimmed because they're wanting to nest. Oh yeah, look at my rhubarb. It's coming through already. Big time. So I need to clean up in here. Usually, I'm a lot further ahead than I am this year, but you know, when it snows every other day, it kind of messes you up. I had to haul all my pots and things out of the shed because we wanted to get our table out. So I'm going to put them back in for now. See, there's still a little bit of snow left from the weekend. Now this is where I'm going to set up my little outdoor greenhouse. As soon as the snow's gone, I'm going to rake this all out. I'm going to put a weed mat down, and then I'm going to put my little greenhouse up because I've got a lot of plants that I could actually put out here already. The greenhouse is going to be quite protected here. It'll stay nice and warm. If it does get a hard frost, I can always cover it up with blankets. I'm not worried about it. So I'm going to take my hoodie off and maybe do some raking. Well, as you can see, I am using my handy little chopper. The pile is really going down. Really, this is all small stuff. Some of that big stuff I might be able to put through, but I can't put through anything like this. It's too big. But this I can put through. This will take it. The big stuff has to go to the dump because this is a small little chipper, but it works really great. Every once in a while it'll plug up, which is understandable, and I've noticed that some of these smaller twigs it's doing this with, so I will put this back through again. But look at this beautiful mulch. Look at this. It's wonderful. This is all going to go on the garden. I'm also going to take and pick up all the straw that I've put down here for the winter. I'm going to rake it all up, put it on a pile, let it dry, and then I'm going to put it through, and then I'm going to put it back on the soil and dig it in when it's much smaller. So yeah, this is working really well. I've only been at this for, I don't know, half an hour or so, and I've taken half the pile away, so I'm happy about that. So I'm going to finish this little bit here, and then I think it'll be time for lunch. My safety glasses broke. You may notice I didn't have safety glasses on. Don't yell at me. I know we are going to go to the hardware store after lunch, so I will pick up a new pair there. So yeah, it's a beautiful day. It's absolutely gorgeous day. It's supposed to get up to 17 or 18 degrees Celsius. There's no wind. I had my hoodie, my old hoodie on for a while, but I've taken it off now, and I'm perfectly comfortable. I can go around picking up sticks around here, but I just want to have a look at some of my roses whilst I'm out here. All these oak leaves I'll put in the, oh yeah, there's some life. This is the Yukon Gold that I planted in memory of my brother. There's a lot of dead stuff on here, but I'll give it a clean up after it starts coming. And this is my Oscar Peterson, and it's got some growth on it, little buds all around. See, tiny little rose bushes like this can survive in our minus 30 some, 34, 36 I think we got to this winter. Things do survive. This one doesn't look so hot. This one looks a little, but you never know. It might come back from the bottom. I can't ever remember what this one was. This one looks like it's bit the dust. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. And then I've got some over here. This one will be perfectly fine, and it is, because it's native to this property. It was at the front of the house and I moved it over here. This is a vigorous little pink rose. This is another one. I don't know what this one is. Ouch, it's alive. Yep, it's good. And I think this is the Morden rose. This should be fine too, because this is bred in Morden, Manitoba. So it's very healthy. This was bred for our climate. I have some lilies, daylilies over here, picking through. Another hollyhock. There were hollyhocks here too. What else have I got here? This is it's either a daisy or a gloriosa. These stick things that are sticking up. Those are all delphiniums. I see no growth, but delphiniums take a while. Should be a hosta here somewhere. I don't see that. I put in a bunch of hostas last year, and I'll bet you not one of them survived. I haven't seen any evidence of any of them. This is irises. There's a little patch of irises here. One good thing I did spot over here, I have tulips coming here and there, but this made me happy. This is a poppy, perennial poppy. And I moved it, and I wasn't sure if it was gonna like that or not, but obviously it did. So that's wonderful. I took a shrub out of here. I got a big hole. Yeah, lots of work, but it'll get done. Oh, it's just so nice to be outside. My face was actually tingling yesterday when I went in. I guess, you know, this pale face that I have got a little bit more sun than I even realized. So I'm gonna go back to my chopping and get a good, if I can get all of this smaller stuff finished, then I can deal with that at another time. And then there's all this to clean. Oh, I got so much work to do. Okay, back to work. Well, it's day 3, and I've had a really productive day today. I didn't record very much because it's a very windy day. The wind noise is really strong. And the other thing is, it's kind of noisy in town. It is our annual maple syrup festival. We are the maple syrup capital of Manitoba. And so every April when the sap starts to run, we have a festival, and it's all weekend long. It starts off Friday night with a dance, and then Saturday morning you can go pretty much any place in town, downtown, uptown, and have pancakes with our own maple syrup from our trees. And then there's a market going on with artisans selling their things. I used to sell at that venue as well. And you can hop on a horse-drawn carriage, which would take you up to the maple bush, and you can tap the maple syrup, or the trees. They're tapping them for syrup, and the syrup is running. And you can make taffy. You can learn how to make bannock. The indigenous community has got a very large presence here in our festival. They have music everywhere. There's dancing. It's just a really fun time. However, I've been in the garden because it's another beautiful day, and my week next week is not going to be very good for me in the garden because we are going to be gone Monday, we're going to be gone Wednesday. So I was just taking advantage of one more nice day to get some things done, because next week is sort of going to be a bust. So I have done a few things. I'm standing here where I was going to put my little greenhouse. However, there's a big slope here. I would have had to level the whole thing off, and I decided that because it was a windy day, it's quite windy on this spot, so I decided to put it back where we had it last year, and it was really perfect, and I think it will be perfect again. So I'm going to take you over there. I might have to shut the sound off though, because the wind is really blowing up a gale here. I filled 2 boxes of my garden boxes, filled them to the top. Just have to add some manures I usually use sheep manure. I have to add some of that. I still have 2 that are empty. Those have to be filled up. And we did a few other things around. Gary did some raking. It's too windy for him to do anymore on the hedge. the bushes are doing this. You can't trim hedges when it's so windy. So I think that's going to be it for this video. I want to say thank you so much for watching my video, if you're watching. This has been a wonderful 3 days for me. I feel invigorated to bring on spring and summer for real. And there's so much to do, but I'm really looking forward to all the chores that go along with waking up a garden. Yeah, so I'm just going to do a quick little walk around with you. And next week, I will probably be doing a video stitching and knitting. I have been doing a lot of stitching, but I'll tell you that I will tell you about that next week. So here's my little greenhouse. I hope the wind isn't going to be too loud. I'm going to flip you around. Oh, we moved the bench under the tree here. This is a little park bench. If you're new to my channel, this bench was here when we bought the house. It was in deplorable shape, and so we took it all apart. The wood was all rotten. We took it all apart. Some of the wood actually was missing. The part at the top here was missing. A lot of the, and it's a really pretty bench. So my brother, he measured. I took one slab of wood in and he measured it, and he replaced all the wood, cleaned it all up, carved our initials in it, and now we can use it again. So it's a lovely little addition to the garden, and I've got it placed here because this here is a long perennial bed that is full of flowers in the summertime. And be a nice place to just sit and look at the flowers. So, sorry little bird, you can go back. They were eating here. So here's where I put the little greenhouse, and it is protected by the hedge on two sides. So we haven't put the top on it yet because it's windy today and we're not putting anything in it for a week or two. So, but it's up. All we have to do is put the top on it and put some plants in it, which I might do next week. I don't want to be, I'm not going to be around, like I said, for 2 days next week, so I just don't want to be bothered with it. But yeah, that's my little outdoor greenhouse. I paid all of, I don't know, $40-some for it. It's not super strong, but it's good enough for the purpose that I do. I bring my plants that I have started upstairs in my studio, bring them out here to harden them off, and when our last frost date is passed, then I take them out of here and put them in the garden, and then I take the greenhouse down. So it works perfect for what I need it for. Look at that beautiful blue sky. I still want to put lights on here. I bought some new lights for there. And now that I'm not going to be putting the greenhouse along the old shed, I'm going to be planting some flowers along there. That would be a good place for hosta because there's a lot of shade there. So I'm going to end this video now and hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay healthy, stay well, and I will see you again next week with some stitching and some knitting. And who else? Who knows what else? I don't know. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.